everybody. It is the last day of February, Monday, February 28th. K-Pro Cow Powwow. What's up, K-Pro?
Hello. Hi, everybody.
Okay, so today we're going to do open phone lines, everybody. We haven't done this in quite a while. Just let people call in and rant and give their solve, at least till we cut you off. Everybody has 10 seconds. And then, no, call in. We only have a couple rules. No name calling, everybody. Don't call anybody any names. Be civil. And we will cut you off at some point, but that's okay. It's all in love. We also
I prefer not any solves, including, I mean, if you want to talk in general about solves, that's okay, but
yeah.
Don't come on and tell me about your great Colorado solve.
All right. Okay, but first, before we get to that, we have a couple things to do, and that is, that's over here. That's why. Okay, first thing is the Great U.S. Treasure Hunt has emailed everybody that subscribed and just said, hey, thanks for subscribing. We're over 300 subscribers. Come on, guys. We can get over 300. We have 3 million in the treasure hunting amusement park. We promise we aren't going to bother you with a lot of babble. Thank you again for signing in. And if you can encourage others to join us, maybe we'll have a much bigger treasure hunt this summer. So I just wanted to give them a shout out and tell everybody to go to thegreatustreasurehunt.com. Let me make sure that's the right URL real quick. And if you spell it right, it even works even better. But here's the other thing in their email, no link. Come on, John, no link. The Great U.S.
That's nice. And if you're willing to share this, go and find the link on your own.
Yeah, right. Well, if you're a treasure hunter, you should be able to hunt down the link, right? Okay, here it is.
Okay.
Put it in the chat right now. And that is it is thegreatustreasurehunt.com. So you go there, you put in your email address, you're subscribed. They email you with the updates on what's going on. So greatustreasurehunt.com. The other thing is there are 2 searchers that reached out because they have created their own books about the thrill of the chase. So the first one is this one. It's called With Imagination, a Memoir of My Adventures in the Thrill of the Chase. Who's this by? K-Pro.
Not a chance. I have no idea.
This is by a little searcher called Roderick Craythorne. Why do you know that name, searcher? Why do you know that searcher name, K-Pro? Roderick Craythorne. Anybody?
Roderick Craythorne.
5 points.
Craythorne, Crayton, Rod, D.B. Cooper.
Oh, I thought maybe you'd know it. No, this is the searcher that got arrested in Yellowstone for digging the holes.
Oh, yes.
Roderick Craythorne.
Interesting
book, though. He gives his solve. No comment on the solve, but he does say, you know what? He learned from it. He talks about getting arrested. He goes through the whole thing. So again, if anybody wants to check it out, he did.
No. He's not the one that didn't have enough rope. That's Dave Christensen.
Yeah, no, this is the guy that dug holes and got in like.
That's Roderick. Got it. But did you see what I did there, Ben? Warriors, did you see the Roderick? And then Roderick and DB Cooper. That's going to be my final answer. Ask me any question tonight. I'm linking it to DB Cooper. I'm in the DB Cooper kind of mood.
With Imagination, a memoir of my adventures in the thrill of the chase. So Roderick Craythorne, guys, if you want to look it up on Amazon. Thank you for sending that, Roderick.
Is that for
the other one?
Is that for his lawyer bill?
Yeah, no, he talked about that. He talks about all that. So he kind of goes into, to me, I look at it as an obsessed searcher, which is kind of what he was. He was convinced his solve was right. He may still be convinced his solve is right. But when I emailed him and I said, hey, I hope, you learned a lesson. He said, I'm at peace at home with my family. And I said, hey, that's all we can hope for.
That's nice.
Yeah. So, hey, Jerry Stone says, I've not checked in for a few months. Can you give a quick synopsis on where the Forrest Fenn Treasure Hunt ending? Do we know where it was found? Has it been auctioned? Probably no and no are the answers, but sorry. Stay tuned, Jerry. We're still trying to get the answers to those questions. Basically.
No, that is such a terrible answer.
Go ahead.
So, Jerry, can you give a quick synopsis? A man named Jack found so Forrest announced the treasure chest found in June of last year, and he passed away in September. There was a subpoena that was going to out his name to one particular person, and because of that, Jack says that he outed himself. Since then, Jack then started emailing lots and lots and lots of searchers because they emailed back and forth. He came out with a couple of articles, and then it was discovered by some treasure hunting sleuths on Reddit that he was the Condor too, and it put him on the Madison. And Shannon came out and said that she had an email from Jack back in the day that put him on the Madison in Wyoming, because that also came out. So that put it on a Madison small area. There is a Netflix, a whole bunch of documentaries going on. So there's a little bit of chaos because Jack is not confirmed, but there's been some confirmation that it may be in the 9 Mile Hole area, but more generally it's in Yellowstone in 9 Mile or in the park. I will say as many people as believe that, as many people don't, that there's either a second chest. It's down in New Mexico. There was never a chest. Lawsuits everywhere. Lawsuits all got settled or dismissed. And it is rumored that the treasure chest, there was a person called Entity that tried to buy the treasure chest. He got a little cocky, went out there a little too soon, denied it was him. And then now it may be coming up for sale, but it's on a last, does anybody want to buy it in whole first? And it's going to go up for sale piecemeal soon at Heritage Auction. If that doesn't happen, the end.
All a lie.
Okay, there it was, Jerry. There was your synopsis. Sorry. Hashtag synopsis. Okay, the other book is by Mr. John Hutchins. Check it out. This is the Amazon. Oop. This is it on Amazon.
John Doe. John Doe is DB Cooper because we don't know who he is. DB Cooper.
No, John Hutchins, but okay. This one he did not send to me. Sad horn. But this is it. It's $2.99 on Kindle. It's only $7.99 for the paperback. Seeking the Treasure. 9 clues to the chest. Oop. A short story about the poem. And there it is. So you guys check that out.
Nomadic Madman wants me to repeat all of that. No, Nomadic Madman. No. I say no, good sir.
My name is Jingleheimer Schmidt. Okay.
His name is my name
too. The treasure cannot be purchased, K-Pro.
I'm sorry. And like Hooley says, there may be a DB Cooper connection because there's some reasons why we don't know it yet, whether it's Forrest or Skippy or a general family connection. And Shiloh and family is doing well. And I hope better now that things are settled. We give them a shout out. The end.
Okay. I can't put that link, but I will put the info. There's the book in the chat if you guys want it. There it is. A couple searchers with some books. So that's kind of cool. Remember the Great U.S. Treasure Hunt? Go find them on the internets and subscribe, thegreatustreasurehunt.com. And the other thing is I do have a little bit of breaking news, K-Pro. You don't even know this one. And that is on Thursday's night show. This Thursday, we have a special guest, and that is Mr. Sean Cronin from Xavier Marks. Sean's going to come on and give us an update on Xavier Marks. Wow. So get your questions ready, everybody. If you could email me what you want me to ask Sean, it's cowlazars@gmail.com. If you don't know, Xavier Marks and the Missing Masterpieces is a $10,000 treasure hunt. Book's been out, I think, 4 months. Nobody solved it. There's a proxy somewhere in the U.S., Xavier Marks, and one of the creators, Sean Cronin, will be on the show Thursday. So email me your questions. Yeah,
I have a shout out. Mm-hmm. Wednesday night, Shannon Odious Soul. We've gotten the attention of the Cooper community, DB Cooper. Eric Eulis, the TV PR guy of the treasure hunting community, is doing a joint show with Shannon. And so she's asking for questions up on our Facebook page.
Can I ask you a serious question?
Yeah.
Is he crazy? Or crazy about DB Cooper?
No,
but you know,
he is the person that I make him the closest affiliated with is like a serious version of Sean Dotson. He has a very, very narrow thought of where the money is, and he's just going to dig at Tina Bar for the rest of his life. I got some time with him and maybe bought him a beer when I went to CooperCon, and he is so tunnel visioned about because he's been in it so long. He's very well invested. It's going to be hard for him to move. I think he has a lot of confirmation bias, but he's the one that's on. Him and Josh Gates are buddies. He's been on Expedition Unknown a bunch of times. He's kind of the front PR face to it, but he is a serious person in it. I just think it's kind of like if anybody came in late to the Forrest Fenn treasure hunt and everyone's going to tell you, oh, it's in Colorado. Oh, right. It's with this priest. Oh, it's at this. Oh, it's at, that's how he's like, it's at Tina Bar. You can't convince me otherwise. So it'll be interesting to see how they do.
I don't even know what Tina Bar is, but I'm not going to ask you. I'll tune into Shannon's show, and I'm sure I'll hear all about it.
You're not tuning into shit. You're like, I tolerate Forrest Fenn. I will not go DB Cooper until
When is your show on?
Wednesday night.
Tomorrow night is the Copper Factory. Wednesday
Yeah.
night, Shannon's going live with what's his name?
Eric Eulis.
Eric Eulis. Okay, everybody, there you go. And then I don't know who else is going live, but I'm sure somebody will. And Alex,
okay. So
I
Alan says that Eric Eulis is awesome. He's the Tony Eunice, otherwise Toby Eunice of the DB. Yeah, but that is actually a better analogy.
Okay.
He's a younger version because you know how much Toby thought fishing regulations and was wrong.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there you go. That kind of sums it up, huh, everybody? Okay. Yeah. All right. I think that's it for the announcements. Yeah, I was actually looking through some of our older vlogs, K-Pro, and it's kind of funny to see some of the theories we had. Some I think are good, some weren't. I was almost thinking of re-uploading some, but maybe another time. So
maybe. Well, the cool part about doing that, especially if it's an hour-long show, everybody can laugh at that, and then everybody can sit and chat and chitty chat about.
K-Pro, what's on your sweatshirt? Which you're a little bit blurry, so. What's that say? Denver Museum of Nature and Science. Wow. Who sent us that in the mail?
No one sent that in the mail.
So what does that mean?
That means there'll be a video coming out soon.
Ooh,
I
show,
am. Did you know that Forrest's daughter's husband's dad runs the
Forrest's
Denver
daughter's wait a minute. Forrest's daughter's husband's dad. Is that what you said?
Yes.
Forrest's husband's. Oh, I see. It would be. I see what you're saying. So Forrest's daughter's father-in-law. Would that be right?
Yes. And did you know that this is where the 10th clue for Douglas Preston? And I emailed Douglas last week about this, and I just felt
you have a sweatshirt. Interesting. So will this be a video on K-Pro's Corner, or will this be something we'll talk about next Monday? Or you're not sure yet?
It's going to be both. There is a video that I am still splicing together. What's the best part about the museum? There was some interesting thing. I didn't know they had a Yellowstone display. I didn't know that.
I didn't know they had a Yellowstone display either. But
I didn't know if you ask the right people, they take you to a floor that is closed to everyone else. I didn't know if you talk to security, they are very serious if you call yourself a Forrest Fenn treasure hunter. I'm glad I did that at the end of my jaunt.
Not at the beginning.
No, because I didn't want to get kicked out. And they didn't kick me out. They just, let's just say there was some things I'm not going to spoil it for you all. You will see.
All right, everybody. So make sure you subscribe here. And we have another YouTube channel called K-Pro's Corner. And I'm sure K-Pro is going to put all the pertinent info in a PowerPoint, upload it to K-Pro's Corner, as she likes to do. And then next Monday, we will discuss. I did not know the Denver Museum of Nature and Science had a Yellowstone exhibit. Anything about 9 Mile Hole? Was there anything that mentions 9 Mile Hole?
You're just going to need to wait and see. Here's what I did to make sure that the people that would have been interested in that part, I made sure there's lots of things you'll see little snapshots of. There is a special shout out to Davio at the end, because there's something that it was like Davio and Angelin, actually, I'm totally thinking of you. But the Yellowstone exhibit, I got every single piece of it.
Nice. On video?
On video.
Oh, nice. So everybody who has not been there, who's not an expert like Randy is, we'll see what it is. Could that have something to do with that being the 10th clue? You'll have to make up your own mind. So there it is. Mike,
I think there's something more to it. And I think I'm going to start with Douglas's response. I'm going to start with, I don't know where I'm going to go. So
okay, we can figure it out.
Did I work on the Beacon Star? No, there was there's some things that happen and you just roll with it. And I had just happened to have an open 2 hours and it happened and that's it. And it's kind of I don't know. Since there is chaos in the chase and many different searchers are being attacked, do you feel they're not searchers anymore? Many different people are deciding to attack other humans, and some of them just are really bored. Do you feel that this may force the real end to prevent it from getting worse? So let me ask you a question, Del, because I don't believe that. Do you think if the real, like Jack came out and said, this is where I found it, that people that are really don't have a lot going on in their life won't go on for 5-10 hours and talk all about people's personal lives and negative and chaos. I don't. So I would tell someone like a Jack, Forrest family, etc., that's not the reason to do it. They will be there and they will be there and they will be there. I mean, it's unfortunate that that's where they spend so much of their time, and some of you. But
Wait a minute.
finally,
You, that's all you care about.
Exactly. Okay. Sounds good. Did you get to talk to G Sparks? That's a good question, Holly. So I'll
I don't even know what that means. G Sparks.
Mike,
What?
Forrest, daughters, husbands.
Oh, I
Yeah.
didn't know that was his name. Well, I didn't know that was his name. Okay, now I know it's his name. You just outed him to millions of people on the show right now.
That was...
I hope they don't. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, they'll start emailing. I'm sorry. No, I did not. No, I did not speak to him. No. You don't all need to email him. I know you did last week when I got Douglas, a comment from Douglas, and everyone handed him. Ken
Leave him
Pacer's
alone,
lady,
people.
I had an interview with, but he had to tell people, I will sue you if you don't stop. So, no, I did not. Do not. No.
But more importantly, I did tell K-Pro that the Denver Science Museum is the starting point for the Beacon Star, but she didn't walk it, guys. She wasn't interested. But plus it was cold out, right? That was.
What did you find in the parking lot? Did you look under the bronze grizzly bear? You will see a really great, I don't know if it's picture or video. So anyway, I teased it enough to say it was great. The people were so nice there. I asked every single volunteer what they thought. Yeah.
You're supposed to email the chases over at forgetaboutit.com, Nomadic Madman. All right.
What?
Nothing. He said, who are we supposed to email? And I said, the chase is over at forgetaboutit.com.
Yes.
We're just on YouTube having fun. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's some breaking news. So tune in next Monday, everybody. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit the like button. And yeah, super chat's on. If anybody needs to do that, they have a question, K-Pro just has to answer. They don't ask me anything, K-Pro. It's all you. If you guys have any questions about comic books, well, then you could super chat right there. Anyway. Yeah. That's a long story. You know what I thought of today, K-Pro? Where's the Forrest Fenn comic book? Wouldn't that be cool if there was a Thrill the Chase comic book? Anyway, I just thought of that as I was going through the collection. I'd buy one.
You know that I have written permission from Forrest to make one?
Comic book specifically?
Back in the day, I thought it was an idea I was going to pitch at you, Michael.
Well, then let's do it. Forrest Thrill the Chase comic book.
Are you kidding me? What do we use? 9 Mile Hole?
With it. What? Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay, let's talk about that another. I had the idea, and it was after Chaseopoly. It was after it, and he's like, "That sounds fun," and it was like targeted to kids. I'd have to look back up on.
Forrest wanted to be remembered, right? Legacy, and what better way than in a comic book? I mean, for kids to learn about the Thrill the Chase.
Brady Bronze. Brady Bronze is a stinky poo-poo butt.
Okay, if it was under a bench, well, guess what? It's still there. Were there any benches in the parking lot? Maybe that's the question. 3D bronze. Should be ashamed of yourself. How dare you? Okay, so, and Alan K says the Denver Museum of Nature and Science is halfway between Santa Fe and Yellowstone.
Yellowstone.
And we get a forensic accountant on that to actually find out if that's true or not.
Well, and here's the other thing. One of my theories is, do you think that's where Forrest maybe wanted? After the finder went to the 9th clue, they're supposed to go to the 10th clue, which is donate it to the museum because this is where I want it to be, that everybody would go.
Could it have been the Science Museum? Randy says, did you find any gnomes in the displays? I'm assuming he's being serious. I don't know what that means. Are there garden gnomes hidden throughout the museum?
Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know. How about a Forrest Fenn postage stamp with a comic book? Maybe. All right. I like the comic book idea, though. We could self-publish.
Okay, yeah. I don't know. I think that ship is failed. What? And we sell 4 copies of them. It's like, I hate to say these searchers that are writing books, and I know more of them are. How many do you think you're going to sell?
Right. I know. Well, if you self-publish it, you know what I mean. But it's an idea. I'm serious. We'll look into it. Randy says there are 12 gnomes hidden in the displays. Oh, interesting. I didn't know that. Some giraffes over there too, huh, Randy?
12, and if you add 12 to the GPS, you get to
that's right.
12.
There's that. An FF coin with a comic book. Easy. Easy. Don't make me stay up all night. Okay, everybody.
You're going to
you
see
put
a
it off
lot about the gold room. You're going to see a lot
Let's
about
get
the
to the
gold
phone
room.
lines. I
Get
hope
to
I've
the
got
phone lines.
set up.
Come on.
Are you ready?
I better start my first drink.
Are you ready, K-Pro? We ready to do it? Give us a call, everybody. Keep it Chase related. We ask you two things. Keep it Chase related. Be civil. Don't call anybody any names. And let's talk. And yes, we will cut you off at some point. So don't take it personal. Don't take it personal. But yeah, that's,
you know what? We've done this. Here's the funny part. We've done this for years. I mean, I think we've done this maybe 20, 30 times through the years. And it's never gone terribly wrong. But yeah, so I think we're going to see.
Well, it can't because I'll just end it. So it really goes terribly wrong.
Yeah. So, but I think we need to limit everybody to nobody's more than 5 minutes.
Yeah. Huli says, K-Pro, did you video the sundial? No, this wasn't a Beacon Star related trip. So she didn't.
No, but when you get to the secret floor, there is something that you see that you can't see anywhere else, I guess. I took a video of it. Maybe you guys will like it. I don't know. When they said, this is somewhere that nobody's allowed, do you want to go? And I'm like, why are you guys being so nice? They're like, if you got here this early, yeah, we'll show you. And then security had to escort me there.
I need to make sure this number works. It's been so long. Go ahead, talk to him, K-Pro. I'm going to dial it.
I'm talking to you people. Wait, and I've teased it way too much. I was just gonna wear this. Mike's the one that called it out. So yeah. So anyway, it was the gnomes talk to you all the time. I did not notice the gnome.
Hey. Okay, it works. Just wanted to make sure because we haven't done this in quite a while. Okay.
Yeah, it was a secret floor. And then they said I could go to another secret floor, but they told me what was there. And I was like, I don't.
Another secret floor. Is that what you said?
Well, yes.
Okay.
And since I wasn't invited on that floor, I did not think of Forrest.
Randy says I spent the night there. Night at the museum, huh, Randy? I don't know if that was.
There is an evening entrance door that they showed me. Did you go to the evening? I don't know. Okay, I do have to say right now I'm really dragging, so I might get a little testy or I might get a little silly. You never know.
K-Pro and Cal, who do we got? Hello?
Are you shy?
Wait. Man, all right, give me a second. Yeah, like I say.
I thought you were shy. Did you ask about the secret? Oh, I didn't.
Go to the help. Sorry, hang on. Sorry, guys.
He's done something terribly wrong. Did you? Yeah, if you guys want to put an at K-Pro or at Cowlazars, as Mike fixes whatever. Did you ask about the secret Forrest Fenn room? No, I did not.
The secret Forrest Fenn room.
For members, they have overnight events. I bet they do, Randy. I bet they do.
Hello, allow Mike. Oh, great. I got it.
He got it.
Hey, who do we got? Did that fix it? Son of a gun.
I spent the night at Magic Mountain once. Okay. Bullwinkles. Okay, let me clarify Bullwinkles. So there's a story I'll tell. So my first boots on the ground, I was with my family member. And I crashed hard. I thought I was at Ojo Caliente, and that ends up being where Warm Waters Halt, that whole area. Anyway, I crashed hard, and I was mad at Forrest. Like it went from I thought I was going to have it to I spent all day there. So we get to the dude, and I message him, and I'm like, I'm back. He was my safety check-in, and he's like, okay, how you doing? I'm like, I'm mad at you. Like I don't want to talk to you. I'm mad. Okay, I'll tell you the story later.
Hello? Yeah, it's not going to work. All right. Sorry about that, guys. Go ahead, K-Pro.
At all?
Yeah.
Okay, keep working on it. So then he said, where are you going? I said, I'm going to go over to Bullwinkles and have a drink and not be mad at you. And he's like, okay. He's like, message when you get there, or show this message to the bartender when you get there. And it said, this is Forrest Fenn. Turn on the camera and have her sit where you can see it. Something like that. And I was like, what? So
hello, can you hear me? They can't hear me, or we can't hear them, one or the other. So sorry, guys.
If you're the one calling in, can you hear us on the phone lines? Okay. Let me keep going on this ridiculous story. So then we went over and I showed the bartender and she goes, okay, sit here. And I sat there right next to my brother, who's my search partner. And she said, okay. And I was like, okay, what does that mean? So I emailed, and he's like, "Are you the one in the orange shirt?" And no, my brother was, and we were down at the end. Or he's like, "Are you with the person in the?" And I was like, "Yes." This is a long ago. This was 2016, somewhere around there. And I'm like, and he's like, "Wave." And so I waved, and he's like, "Oh, there you are." Okay. I was like, huh. All right.
Was that Forrest? Is that what the story was? Test, 1, 2.
He's not listening.
Yeah,
So
I'm
then,
trying.
that's okay. Fix that. So then I decided, I was starting to talk to people at each event, each time I went up or each event. So I got to know a lot of the waiters and waitresses, and they were super cool. And they told me about a secret room down in the basement.
Hello?
Hello.
Hey, I think I got it fixed finally. Hey, it's K-Pro and Cowlazars. Who do we have?
Yes, sir. This is Joe Mitchin. In the interest of full disclosure, you guys should know I'm not a serious searcher, never went boots on the ground. In fact, just really got into it watching you guys about a year or so before the chase ended, and was planning a family vacation / excuse to go looking around. But the main reason of my call is I just wanted to say thanks to y'all because your show's so entertaining, and not only that, it's kind of opened the door to other things like Copper Dan, the Copper Factory, and Odia Soul, and it's just been so darn entertaining. Just wanted you guys to hear my appreciation because it's been great.
That's super nice.
This was Joe, you said?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
From
Joe
what state?
Mitchin.
If you want to stay. What state?
Texas.
From Texas.
I am East
Texas.
Houston, Baytown, Texas.
Got it. All right. Well, awesome. Hey, we appreciate that. Thanks. Yeah, there's other treasure hunts out there, even though the thrill of the chase is over. And yeah, a lot of other YouTube shows. And we're all a community, and we're all here talking to each other, sharing our
Can I
stories.
ask a question to Joe?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think there's any DB Cooper connection possible? Does that sound fun to you? Does it sound crazy? Are you done now? What does that look like?
I love the concept. I was into DB Cooper long before I heard of Forrest Fenn, and I've never been to any of the get-togethers or any of the conferences, but I've read an awful lot of books, and I find the topic intriguing. But in my heart, I don't think Forrest Fenn was DB Cooper. He might.
I don't think Forrest was.
Some
You
insight.
think he knew? Yes. Okay. We're
Inside knowledge, is that what I heard? Yeah, or related somehow, right? Something's going on there.
Yeah, he may have had some insight that the rest of us don't, but I just don't think he was DB Cooper.
I don't think he was DB Cooper either, and I think he may have some insight. Exactly the same. So it might be fun to jump down the rabbit hole. We'll see. So.
All right. Hey, thank y'all again. Y'all have a great evening.
Yeah, thanks for calling in. Appreciate it.
We appreciate it.
All right. Bye-bye.
First caller. It was awesome. Okay.
Yeah,
so somebody said, why are we doing call-ins? We haven't done call-in shows for at least a year now. I think we did a call-in show and we did panels after the Forrest Fenn hunt was just over. So we thought we'd do that. Go ahead.
K-Pro and Cal. Who do we got?
Hello. This is DB Cooper.
Oh, he called in, everybody.
That's amazing.
Yes, I am here to answer questions. I do AMA because I am DB Cooper.
Let me look up this area code real quick.
I can't
All right.
I
Any questions you
from
have, K-Pro?
undisclosed location.
Any questions you have for DB Cooper, K-Pro?
No. I'm not
are you Forrest Fenn? I mean, that's the question, right?
I am not Forrest Fenn. Who is Forrest Fenn? I have never heard of him.
Do you know anybody named?
Where's the
Josh
money?
or-
Where's the money?
Yeah, where's the money?
The money is shit. I'm not telling you where money is. This is stupid question. Ask me next one.
Let's see. He called me stupid. So that can't be Jens usually.
Try to figure it out. Is this somebody we've met before in the past?
Oh, yes. I am everywhere.
All right. Well, DB Cooper, everybody, you heard it here first. Sorry, Shannon, we just stole your show.
He sounds like the Russian Putin.
Yeah, you're not calling from the Ukraine, are you?
I tell you, undisclosed location,
Oh, that's
but
right.
no bomb.
But no bomb. All right. Well,
No
hey,
bomb. Just like on plane on flight 305, I have no bomb.
was it 305 for DB Cooper?
It was 305, and Forrest several times said he had 305 missions, or he would say a different number, but it was 305.
This is obviously him. He knew the flight number, so I'm a believer.
No, Forrest Fenn, steal my story.
Are you going to hide that money you stole and do a treasure hunt? Chase 2.0?
Maybe I already did, Mike Cowlazars.
There we go.
Did you write ha 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 ha?
I cannot answer that question.
In Russia, you are the joke. Okay, well, DB Cooper, thank you. We appreciate
He
it.
changed his accent.
Very
Okay, that was fun. That was fun.
Has a very bad accent. So says. Wow, you never know who's going to call in. We did get the $5 super chat from Christine.
Thank you, Christine.
Congratulations on the grand adventure. You did so good. I hope you enjoyed it. And thank you for the super chat. Somebody said that's Packer Jack. Or this is Packer Jack. That was pretty funny. The very bad. I'm the great Cornholio. That was pretty good. He changed his accent, Holy says. All right.
Yes.
Oh, we got to call.
He calls back.
K-Pro and Cal, who do we have?
Hey, this is Sean. How are you guys?
Good. Sean from what state?
Detroit, Michigan.
Oh, Sean from Detroit. Hey, my hometown. How are you?
Oh, wow, hometown. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Real quick one. This is kind of an oldie but goodie because I'm just a little bit curious. Since you guys have kind of connected this whole Jack deal with Condor, and maybe the timing of the pickup was a little bit earlier than we thought, has any consideration been given to the fact that only one Omega actually appears in the third version of the third book? Or actually, it was the revised version of the third book. And then there's
Once Upon a While come out when Forrest realized it was discovered and not found based on the timing, because now that we know that it's earlier. Oh, good question.
Yeah, I wanted to bring it up because I thought it was a little weird. The book released in October 2017 didn't have the Omega. But that's all I have, guys.
That is
Yeah, well, it's a good question. And I think, so here's my thoughts. That was,
Take his
okay,
question.
I get no follow-up question to him. I was going to ask him what he thinks about DB Cooper, and I didn't get that. And the last guy was DB Cooper. So, I do not think, so when the book came out,
it had.
I asked Forrest, why did you, why one Omega? Because D-Call lost his mind.
Right. A lot of people were wrapped up in the Omegas. So
and I have the answers somewhere.
The Thrill of the Chase had 2 Omegas. Too Far to Walk had 1 Omega. And then, is that right or am I wrong?
You're wrong.
All right, set me straight. What was it?
2, and then 1. So what?
TTOTC. No Omegas. Okay. Well,
I think I'm right.
Yeah.
No, I just know the second version of Once Upon a While only had 1 Omega.
And then the revised version came out, and it changed.
That's what I
Yeah. That's what I'm just saying. Okay. So he's saying maybe it changed because our theory, or everybody's theory, is that Forrest knew it was found but not retrieved, and then he changed it when he revised the book.
Right, but that was in 2017, and Jack did not find it until the latter part of 2019. Jack.
Oh, I got you. Well, I think he's still saying maybe it's related.
Yeah,
somehow.
maybe it's related. And it could have been. I don't think he discovered it that early on. Even though, breaking news, I did ask Dale, and Ben did a
You said it. Remember Pee-wee with the word of the day?
No. Pee-wee Herman?
Yeah, Cherry. You don't remember the word of the day? The secret was
never watched Pee-wee Herman. I never watched Pee-wee, but anyway.
But you're breaking. Maybe Pee-wee will call
it. Oh, I did ask Dale, was Jack ever on, what was Jack's handle? Because we were talking on Discord. And he said, I don't remember his handle, but I do remember, because we talked about this like a year ago. Dale knows that Jack posted because he did email with Jack. He got the IP address. The IP address matches somebody from 2016 or 17 that talked about the Madison. And he goes, I don't remember the handle. And he's not going to go look it up. He's done. So he's gracious with, at least with me. I do have his new email. His old emails don't work. He wants to be done. Occasionally, I will tap that well and say, can I have a little bit of water? Can you answer this? He answers it. And now people give me 30 emails to send him, and it's like, no, that's what he wants away from. So I nicely once, maybe every few months, send him something and just say, hey, what do you remember this? And he's gracious enough. And then I'm glad he hasn't given his email out, because people just like they do Douglas and they do, everybody else. So anyway, we're all enthusiastic. I just wish some were less. They don't realize it's like a little kid with a brand new kitten, and you can't squeeze that kitten that hard. You have to say, no, gentle. Let's not send 30 emails in a day. If somebody is saying to you, if you don't stop emailing you, I am going to call the police and say you're a stalker, you've probably gone a little too far.
Okay. That's it. So ask Kate how she really feels about it. So that's cool. Sean from Detroit. Thanks for the call. So now you posted your theory about the two Omegas. Didn't you put that on Facebook last week? Remember the map?
Yes.
Yeah. So I thought that was interesting, but I don't know. So I don't know if you want to bring that up or not, but I don't think
I just, if you believe that the fire hole is the beginning of WWWH, there is an Omega right at the beginning of the fire, or the fire hole at Oho. And then there,
Google Maps, there's a road that looks like an Omega, right? Yeah.
And then there is one just past 9 Mile Hole. So if it's just past 9 Mile and just before Oho, there's your bookends of the double Omegas.
Okay, Pro and Cow here. Who do we got?
David from Missouri.
David from the Show Me State. All right. How you doing, David?
Hi, David.
Oh, good. I called in because I wanted to say I appreciate you guys for the last couple of years here. And, I've had some coffee with you, Mike, and before, and good that you guys are together. And I haven't been abreast of any of the last year really, but I wanted to say, Forrest was such a neat guy. He changed my life. And, everybody was let down when the treasure was found and everything. And I was really let down because I just got the book and I thought, man, if I read this after 2.5 years of studying the poem,
right.
I lost train of thought for a second because I'm watching your show delayed.
Yeah, you got to look away. Look away.
Okay, so
it's on a delay.
The Forrest helped me a lot, and when I got the book, it was just a few days after I got the book, the treasure was found, and I thought, man, that's just too funny,
The bad time.
And the thing is, my grandson got me interested in the poem, and I studied it for 2 years almost, like maybe a little longer. And I never did solve it, but I did want to say this to you guys in the world, whoever's listening. One of the things is, there'll be no paddle up your creek. So one day I was looking up pilot terms, and one of them came up paddle, which is a guide. So, and Forrest had said one of the things was, when you go to a park or whatever, ask the people, they'll know. So I think that's one of them. And then I think the Blaze is just the spot where it is, or the way up to it. So I don't know. So I wanted to share that with that little bit and say, I appreciate you guys. I'm a little bit nervous right now. I don't know.
Well, that was actually, I've not heard that one before. So I like the paddle. Yeah, I like that. And I think that put in is a nautical term. And so I like that a lot. So I'm glad that you were listening. And you're hanging on, because we're hanging on. Now, do you believe there is any connection to Forrest Fenn and DB Cooper? Not that he is one, or is DB. What do you think?
I, like your last caller, have studied about DB Cooper for years, and I would say definitely not.
Right. Oh, okay.
I did notice that the kid that found the money.
Yeah, Brian.
On the beach there.
Yep.
His dad looked just like DB Cooper. If you ever get find a way to look that clip up.
Suspicious.
Of the sketch of DB Cooper, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I never heard that one before. Okay.
Yeah, I'll have to look that up. Yeah. And somebody's doing a little shenanigans with some of the community, and everybody had to message Brian this week and say, because he has the dollars. He's the one that owns the dollars. So anyway, we'll talk about that on another show about DB. It is fascinating to me how many people say, I was a Forrest Fenn, and I looked into the DB Cooper stuff for years. So I think it takes that inquisitive mind. So that's pretty cool. I like that.
Oh, well.
just one of the thinkers, the heavy thinkers, and you're just I like your whole community of people and stuff that you pulled together and stuff. Pretty awesome. And at first I thought it was all just fake, but I just that's the way I am. I'm kind of delayed on things sometimes, but no, I really love you guys for doing your thing well, and it's awesome. And if you have my phone number, I have more things that I could share about the solves, if either one of you have a minute sometime.
Mike loves
I'll let
it, so
you go and let
can-
others call in.
All right. Hey, David. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for calling in. I appreciate it. But yeah, send email to Mike.
Thank you.
Good luck, you guys, on
Okay.
everything. Bye now.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
And he said that it brings a lot of people together, and it affects a lot of people, a lot of searchers, and nobody more so than me and K-Pro brought us together.
Well, and so I will reference Craig Carter, who beat me. I came in second last night, night before, whenever it was, in poker. So he said, but you told Mike not to email you, and look what happened. No, here's what happened. Hold that thought.
After this call, yeah. K-Pro, I think I hung up on him. Oh, I'll call right back. Sorry about that. Call right back. I think
I said to Mike, when he asked me, I was coming out to Vegas, he's like, let me take you out to dinner. And I said, I will never date again. I'm going through the tail end of a divorce, and it's nasty and terrible. And he goes, you ready for this line? Then let's just go out as friends to dinner.
Who said that?
You.
That's what we did. The first time was just friends. And then I had to laser her, everybody. Yeah, Miss Small. Sorry about that, guys. Call back.
You had to cow laser her.
That's right.
Is that what you just said?
Yeah, it happened.
Yeah. Well, anyway, the rest is history.
And I'm glad
you know what that first trip was not, or that yeah. When I won't go into any details. Yeah, that was just a friend's trip. But when he said, when any guy says like, "Oh, let's just go out as friends," and
that's the way I grew up, and that's the way I'm gonna be.
Wow, how is that so loud? Sorry.
Anyway, yes,
it all worked out for the best. Isn't that right, everybody? Because here we are now on a call-in show.
Yeah, and I'm across the universe from the man I want to be sitting right next to now.
Now, who do we got?
I'm pissed off. I'm DB Cooper. I called you just 2 minutes ago, and you didn't pick up.
Yeah, I guess because I think I knew it was DB Cooper. All right. Okay, Pro, what questions do you have for DB Cooper?
Mine are all done. I know where to go.
Talking.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Go ahead.
I'm pissed. None of these sketches look anything like me. Not anything that FBI has gone produced looks anything like me.
Look like you then, or look like you now?
Well, both.
Oh. Do you have a turkey gobbleneck? Do you have a turkey gobbleneck from the man that saw you from across the aisle? Do you have a turkey gobbleneck?
Oh, that little boy. Oh, was he pissed? Oh boy.
Yeah, he was mad at you.
Cocktail stewardess, and she was giving me the eyeball. You know what I'm talking about?
The fish eye?
Eyeball.
I know what you're talking
and then he gives me the eyeball. You know what I'm talking about? The eyeball. No good. No siree.
Oh, Lord.
When I decided to hijack the plane, I just wanted to talk to Flo or Tina. Shit, I forgot which one. But it doesn't matter. He got mad, so I got mad.
Are those the stewardess names for real?
Yes. Oh, if you don't know who this is, my God.
I have no idea. It's DB Cooper, I thought.
Mike, hold on.
Yeah.
I talked to Tina.
Yeah.
Tina liked me. I offered Tina a tip, a big old tip, and she said, no.
She can't take it.
You know what I did?
I don't know.
Tina gave me a drink, so I went to Tina Bar, and I gave her a $5,600 tip.
All right.
Okay, wait, let me ask one question. Let me ask you one
Go.
question. Are you a smoker?
No, no. What kind of question is
I think
that?
you threw him off on that one.
Because he doesn't, the person that is calling doesn't believe it, but the rest of us on Earth do.
Wow.
You're asking the tough questions.
DB Cooper calling from the Witness Protection Program. Is that right? Did you turn?
You know what? I heard a beep. I think I have to go now.
Goodbye.
All right. Thanks for
Time to
calling in.
Bye.
You got any of that money? Send it to me. Feel free. All right. Thanks for calling in. I still have no idea who it was.
You know what? This is the theory.
Yeah.
The theory is inside that olive jar is one $20 bill, and it's one of the serial numbers.
Oh, wow. Wait, the olive jar in the chest? Oh, there's an interesting one. So not.
And then what Shiloh's saying is exactly right. The autobiography is a nothing burger. It's just a bunch of rumblings and ramblings story.
There's
There's a $20 bill. Why did Dan Barbarisi?
Go ahead.
Why did Dan Barbarisi have to sign a non-disclosure on anything he saw in the olive jar?
Wait, they didn't. Oh, you mean just saw it? He didn't open it, but just saw it.
Saw something from the outside that he made him beforehand.
But wouldn't it be rolled inside? Whatever they put it. If there's something in there other than the autobiography, wouldn't it be rolled so you couldn't see it from the outside? That's my theory. But that's interesting. Nobody has ever asked the question of what else is in the olive jar other.
We know
than
his hair is. Why would he put his hair in? So maybe to be matched with the piece of hair that they had, but that the FBI lost.
Right. Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, it's a crazy theory, but yeah, I still
Call me crazy. You married me. Somebody said the other day, Mike's the smartest guy, and they were hating on me, and they're like, I only trust him. I don't trust you. And I'm like, he married me. How can you trust his judgment?
And then I put you in the corner. K-Pro's corner, everybody. Go subscribe. Sounds
Here,
like
I'm not in the corner. I'll just
a hell of a Denver Museum video coming soon. Maybe there's a gnome in the background and you didn't realize it. So find the missing gnome, I guess.
Did you know Packer Jack? There's a whole emerald area. Emerald.
At the Denver Museum? What? Really? For real?
Yeah.
Someone call and order a pizza. Well, we do appreciate the phone calls, everybody. I don't know how many of them were valid and how many of them weren't, but that's pretty interesting. Pretty fun stuff, actually.
Yeah, no, and this is okay. So once we're done from here, you guys have no questions. I tried to ask this question on Thor, and people were like, you think you're better than us? I'm like, no, I just have different access at different times. Who else? What other searcher interviewed other than Jens? Oh, and did you see the breaking news about Jens?
Should I hit it? No?
Well, it's already out there. Forrest said during his interview, like, I'm not DB Cooper, but that would be fun. Isn't that breaking news?
That's what Forrest said?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Has he shown this? Have we seen it?
He's asked us to show it. He sent it to I don't remember where it is.
Yeah, you're supposed to send it to me. I would have shown it.
Oh, no, he sent it to Ben.
Oh, Ben wants to.
And then, no. Ben already did. So Ben already did a show on it.
Okay.
And Jens was on, and then Jens and Ben both said played on your show, and I just forgot. I'm sorry. There's been too many. Yeah. Oh, Warriors is here and says that DB Cooper guy. Wow, what an ass hat. Yeah.
Don't be a player.
And he doesn't. But Ben, he's like you. He doesn't believe that DB was a smoker. Isn't that amazing? There's two people on planet Earth that don't believe.
Oh, because I see it was
It was just me.
The cigarettes were just to throw people off, isn't that right?
Yeah, but here's the problem. He smoked 8 of them, and on his 8th one, it was his last one. He smoked it all the way down. Like, if you're faking it, you just smoke a little bit and that's it. But
it was to cover his face, the smoke, so they couldn't see it, right? Is that the theory? How long was DB Cooper on the plane? Like, how many hours before he jumped? Because they had to go land and let the people off and refuel. So how many hours was he on the plane?
Where did he jump?
Well, from the time the pilots realized he was gone, put it that way. I mean,
They
how
don't
long?
realize he was gone until after they landed.
Oh, is that right? I didn't realize that.
So
Nobody
some
went
people,
back-
this is the whole flight path thing. Some people believe there was a thud at a certain point. So they believe that he jumped out in like the Oregon, Washington area. And then there was some that believe it was just outside of Reno where Alan and Ben. And this is the controversy. And if you listen to the flight controls, and they actually even reference who they think it is, there's a lot of really interesting information on there. But when you bring it all together, there's no known. Like the plane lands, and that's when they know. So
Blue Bee says the pilots would know when the door was opened. Was it opened like the whole time?
it was opened almost immediately, which They actually asked the pilot to leave it open at takeoff, and he refused. But D.B. Cooper was smart enough to say, no, I know that it can be done. Well, where else could it be done on that exact plane? Oh, in Laos. In Laos.
Oh,
where
right.
Forrest went.
Yeah. I remember that. Mm-hmm.
So they opened it almost immediately, and they left it open, I believe, for the whole duration of the flight. So I'm still getting up to date. There's so many FBI files, but so much is redacted.
Right.
Yeah.
We do have live audio from
You got a
DB.
problem? You just throw some money at it and say, go away.
Live audio. K-Pro and Cal. Who do we got?
Yes, I was calling in. My life. My name's William McDowell.
Oh, William. I know that name. How are you?
I'm doing all right. I
What-
just wanted to say I like your show and
What state you called from? And just make
my
one
home
up
state is.
if you don't want to give the real one.
I'm in Indiana.
There you
I'm in
go.
Indiana right now.
All right. Yeah, I know you. Is it Facebook? I've seen the name around. Is it Facebook maybe?
I'm not on Facebook at all.
Maybe I'm thinking of.
But I just wanted to call to say I like your show and.
Nice.
Oh,
Well,
yeah,
thank you. Do you believe there's any connection with D.B. Cooper and Forrest Fenn?
I'm not sure about D.B. Cooper, that reference. I know people talk about it, but I'm not really sure what they're talking about. But
Now, do you think Jack actually found Forrest Fenn's treasure chest?
no comment on that one.
Oh, okay.
Negative.
All right. That's how a lot of people feel, I think. They don't want to actually admit it because then the thrill of the chase would be over. But nothing's over.
Yeah.
We're still here. It's not over. It's not over until we know where and how and when and why and how much it's sold for. Right, William?
That's true.
I agree with that.
Next.
How many boots on the ground did you have? Any for a thrill of the chase?
I had about 20.
Oh, nice.
Not
Okay.
really many.
Nice.
You want to say what state you were looking in or no?
Back several years ago, I was in New Mexico, but as the solve evolved, it became very complicated in a lot of ways.
Mm-hmm.
But it was originally New Mexico is where I focused on. Where
You and many
he
others.
lived.
You and many others.
Mhm, yep. I was thinking, I know I can't be on here long, but I think the poem is very complicated, very multifaceted, and I think you have to. I think a lot of people are trying to understand Forrest, but I think he's more complicated. Of course, it took a long time for somebody to find it, so
Right.
he's much, much more complicated. And the people that I think that may have known a little bit more about the solve were very, very complicated people in a lot of different ways.
So you think there was more to the poem than the simple, find this place and go to that tree and then that rock and that type thing? You think it's more complicated than that?
Oh yes, very, very, very complicated. I think that you could write a book on that poem alone, and but to do that, you have to sort of try to understand Forrest and
right.
Very complicated man. For instance, the treasure chest, could be a ring box. This could have to do partially with marriage. You think of the chest as the size of a ring box, that would be a chest. It'd be a little tiny chest, but so there's that, and but I think it's very complicated, and he didn't give out the solve, so I think there might be a reason why. Many reasons why he did not do that.
Right, I got you. I mean, there's got to be a reason that Forrest would left it up to the finder, and that's basically that's what we're trying to figure out, right? Where was it, and why? What's the big secret all about? So yeah,
right.
And I hope someday we can find out for sure.
Yep. I like your show, and we're both very nice people, and I'll go ahead and get off, but I appreciate you talking to me.
Hey,
Well, thanks for calling.
Thanks for calling.
Yeah.
in.
Thank you.
All
Have a
right.
good day.
You too.
Okay,
Bye-bye.
bye-bye.
Was that Packer Jack? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. William, the name sounds familiar. Not Facebook. I've seen it somewhere. Maybe he's
I've
in
seen it somewhere. Yeah, there's just names.
Deep Thoughts with Jack Andy. if anybody knows the reference. Okay. Are you guys going to be in Yellowstone June of this year, K-Pro and Cowlazars? Is that the meetup happening in June, or does he mean just going to 9 Mile Hole in June?
I believe there's several meetups. I think people are fighting right now, so there's like several meetups, but they're not. I don't know. No.
Yeah.
I don't know. I only heard a little. Like, are you going to this one or that? And I was like, I'm not going to any of them.
I'd like to go check out 9 Mile Hole for myself, but I want a little bit more confirmation, I think, of some kind, which I don't know what that means, but you know what I mean? Than just to go up there and wander around. I'd like to get something more concrete somehow, some way.
You should talk
I
to
don't know
your
if that's going
wife.
to happen this year, but what's that?
You should talk to your wife sometime.
Yeah, you and your sources that you can never name. Not even with me, everybody. It's crazy. But yeah, you know what I mean. You know, because you went to the GPS location. You know what I mean more than anybody. Because you go and then later you realize, oh, maybe that wasn't it where we thought it was. So let me ask you this. Knowing what you know now, was the original GPS location worth the trip? Like to go and think that that was it and then later on realize, oh, that probably wasn't it. All right. After this phone call, answer that. Okay, Pro and Cow, who do we have?
Oh, hello there. You've Denia Cooper here. How are you?
Oh, this one's too obvious. Come on.
Yeah. After being a World Series
You've
fan, I know this
Cooper
one.
here. Toodaloo. I'm here to talk from Cooper.
Oh, DB Cooper.
I fucked
Oh,
his voice
see.
up. I fucked his voice up. I was going to do Mr. Doubtfire. I was going
is
to do
that
Mr.
who it
Doubtfire,
was?
and then I was going to do an Irish person, and then they apparently combined into a really bad baby, and it turned into what I did, and I'm ashamed of it.
Not bad for being on the spot. Not bad.
The first ones were good. This one, and then you just could have stayed in it though and hung up and then called back and like recovered. But yeah.
Well, I know
Right?
the phone
Yeah,
number,
but that's
so.
that's scaredy cat stuff. I had to at least own the fact that I screwed
What
it.
question do you have? And do you believe that there's a connection between DB Cooper and Forrest Fenn?
I have no questions. I only have answers. No, I'm kidding. Of course, Fenn has something to do with it, and whether it was Fenn, whether it's Skippy, whether it's someone Fenn knew, I don't care. It doesn't matter if they smoked. It doesn't matter if they spoke in an accent or didn't speak in an accent. They had blonde hair, they had brown hair, they had black hair, they had an olive complexion, they were tan, they were white as rice. It doesn't fucking matter. These are 6 different sketches that don't add up. There are internal documents where the FBI can't even figure out which document or which sketch they should use. Anybody who would be perpetrating a crime in which they know the optimal outcome are witnesses will change their demeanor. They will look different. They will act different. They will sound different. They will chain smoke 8 cigarettes all the way to the cigarette butt because they know they're being a character. I know of only one person who has been capable to live in character, and that's Forrest Fenn. That's all.
There it is. Boom.
There you have it. There you have it. And that's Treasure Warriors. And I'm not even going to say a night because it's, you just need to subscribe to them. They could be on the day. They do an Oak Island thing. They could be on at night. I think they're like, they're just all the time, just whenever. And it's, sometimes it's just doing some research. Sometimes it's doing whatever, and they do a good job. Okay. Go ahead.
Super chat from Packer Jack. Tomorrow on the Copper Factory, one piece of physical evidence that has not been discussed yet. Is that DB Cooper evidence, or do you think that's Forrest Fenn evidence?
No, I think it's Forrest Fenn.
Tune in to find out. Bonus live Oak Island watch party hosted by Ben and Ashley. Oh, nice.
Perfect.
I got a cat in my face. All right, Packer Jack, we'll tune in for sure. I was there last week. I checked it out. And I didn't know that was Ben at first. Then I figured it out. So I'm not good with the voices. I cannot tell who's who. That could have been Davio.
Well, here's the problem. You don't listen to, like, I will just put Ben on as I'm working along.
Right.
We've heard a lot of his impressions. So like the first one, it was like, he's done some of those on air. So yeah.
I got you.
I'm a fan.
So the question you were going to answer before we were so rudely, not rudely interrupted. We have open phone lines. Knowing what you know now about the original GPS location, are you glad you went?
I'm glad I went for the experience and the, especially because of relationships that may be strained or strained and okay now. It was a really good experience.
Right.
I learned a lot about how to hike, technology, grid searching. We did some grid searching, all of that. That was awesome. And to feel that, we found it moment. It's almost like finding the chest and then opening it up and it being empty. But that moment, and I hate to say, there's a couple of teachable moments, and you guys have heard recordings of me and things that you just find out when people are not good people and lead you astray. And so I learned a really hard lesson about people and how turds exist in the world. And so I think all of those life lessons were good. I wish it didn't happen the way, the five exclamation points. When we were sitting there trying to strategize, do we keep all this quiet or do we just take everybody along with our journey? GPS is like famous now as the big flub, but the big flub taught me so much. So I won't look back and have any regrets, but I will say in general, doing it again, I don't know if I would have done the same.
And then I'll give my 2 cents on your trip after this call.
Okay.
K-Pro Cowlazars.
Not even with me, everybody. Hey, good evening. Say, I was wondering, back in July or August, maybe, of 2020, after Jack retrieved the chest, you had asked for searchers to email their solves to you, what they thought their solve is.
Yep.
And I'm not asking whose solve or not asking you to divulge any solve at all, but only if there was a solve that you know or think to be the true solve. Was there a particular solve that you know or think is the true solve? And I'll take the answer over the net.
Okay. Well, thanks. Thanks for the call. That is an interesting question because I would have to go through the emails because a lot of them, we just stored them. I didn't actually.
That's exactly. I was going to say, I've just left them in my inbox to say, because some people wanted, so if for those of you that weren't around at that time, some people wanted to say before it comes out from Forrest or what we now know of Jack, I want to say, here was my solve because I don't want to be a copycat later. And so we said, okay, we're not going to read them all, but send them to us. So then when the solve does come out, we can go back. And if you say that you were that person that emailed me before the solve came out, you can prove you were in that area. And maybe that gets you, kind of gives you a fist bump of I was in the right area. And I don't think we have that yet from Jack or Forrest. So I would say they're still sitting in the ether of my internet somewhere archived.
And I would say this because you bring up a very good point, caller, and that is if anybody out there did send us a 9-mile hole solve back when the treasure chest was first found, email us again and say, hey, look up this email and read it. See how close it is. That would be cool. So instead of me trying to go through the millions that we received, if anybody out there is like, hey, I sent it to you, read it.
I see what you mean. A lot. Yeah. You got a lot of them, in other words.
Oh, I would say I got over 400. I got over 400 solves emailed to me. Yeah. I don't know if that's a lot. It's all relative. But the one thing, what would be really cool? What if we had an email from that time where it said, I went to 9 Mile Hole and I left this fake blaze in case anybody was going to try to find it before we knew about a fake blaze. Wouldn't that be interesting? That would be interesting. So if you did email us at that time, to just use the same email and I can go back and look it up. I archived a bunch of the emails during that time. So
I was way off.
Yeah. Well, from you and everybody else.
I was way off from up there.
And what's your first name and what state are you calling from?
Well, Robert, I'm from North Carolina.
Oh, okay. North Carolina.
Over in the mountains.
Nice. How many boots on the ground did you have? Any?
3.
Okay.
3 times, yeah.
Ooh,
couldn't find it.
Craig Carter says just do an email search for 9 Mile Hole. That's a possibility too.
Oh my gosh! But if you do, I guess if I could go way back.
You got to look at the date range of back then is what you'd have to sort it and only look for let's say within 2 weeks after the chest was found. If we got an email then about 9 Mile Hole, that could be interesting.
Oh yeah. Oh, that would be awesome.
Yeah. So I need to go back and look.
9 Mile Hole.
And at this point, it's 9 Mile Hole. You know what? It could change. New information comes out. We're not saying it's 100% 9 Mile Hole, but we'll see.
Yeah. Sounds like it.
K-Pro's
Whatever.
Well, hey, thanks for the call. We appreciate it.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Y'all have a good night.
You too.
All right. You too. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right, everybody. And we're going to end it there because we are at the 1 hour mark. I think open phone lines was a success. And let me answer the question I asked you real quick, K-Pro. And that was, knowing what you know now, you regret going on to the GPS location? You said no because of people you met and the thrill of thinking it was right. And what I would just say is, doesn't that cover every boots on the ground that anybody in the chase made throughout the 10 years? That's what the thrill of chase was about. 2 things, in my opinion. the boots on the ground of getting out there and looking for it, regardless of where you were, New Mexico, Glacier Park, everywhere in between, and the friends that you made and the relationships that were created. So that is what the thrill of the chase was about. So no trip was a wasted trip, in my opinion. Because guess what, Capro? You may not have found the treasure chest location, but guess what? Nobody else did either, except for one person. He says his name is Jack. We'll figure that out at a later time. So I think all the boots on the grounds are important. What do you got to say to that, Capro?
Yeah, okay.
Even your trip to the Denver Museum was important, right?
Yeah, well, no, not the same. Like the thing that I am finding is the most important, just like WSOF, was the interactions with people. This one wasn't, and I mean, I had some interactions. I heard
that would be apropos because I do it to Capro all the time. So you should have said because I do it to you all the time. Pretty good, Eric the Red. Good pointing that out. All right.
You know what? I have had the craziest last 2 weeks of just between exhaustion and other things, and I'm still in the middle of that. And so once I get home and get settled, I can say, but no, I just think every situation, I mean, you could say, did you enjoy being recorded and embarrassed? And no, but did I learn from it? So I'm going to keep it as a positive. Everything is such a unique experience. One of my best trips was not finding it, yelling at Forrest, which I can't believe I did. And then, but best trip ever with my brother. So there's so many good things, but I'll say in general, there's some that I liked a lot more than others.
Well, best trip I ever took in my life was to Santa Fe to meet you. And it wasn't a trip to find the treasure chest, but it was thrill of the chase related. And that's what it's all about.
Yeah. All I know is this guy came in and goes, so can you like take some pictures? Because I need to send them to my mom. I was like, okay. So I took a bunch of pictures and then told him to leave.
Was that me? I said that?
That was you.
Oh, I don't remember that one.
Remember all the pictures we took outside, inside? And who do you think took those
pictures?
Yeah,
of the house and the forest.
Oh, yeah. There was that chick there. Yeah, okay.
All right, everybody. That's the show. I think it was fun to do the phone lines. We'll do it again for sure. Thank you, everybody who called in, even the DB Coopers. Was that Ben both times?
All three.
Was it? Oh, okay. I didn't even know. So I actually thought it was Packer Jack at first. That's funny. So again, guys, Monday nights, Forrest Fenn Treasure Found. Thumbs up if you like the call-in show. Thank you for the super chats. And I'm interested in next Monday's show with this Denver Museum. I did not know there was a display or an exhibit about Yellowstone. That's kind of interesting to me. So especially when you walk into it and it says there's a big difference between the Smoky Mountains and the Rocky Mountains. So we're going to focus more on the Smoky Mountains. And then you get all the way through and you see this big display and it's like Yellowstone Park. And do you know why Teddy Bear became the name Teddy Bear? Teddy Roosevelt. And it goes into all this stuff on this Oak Island with Teddy Roosevelt.
Oh, I don't know.
So are you saying it's really an exhibit on the Rocky Mountains and Yellowstone's part of it?
No, it's Yellowstone. It's actually no. I'm teasing it. No, you'll have to see, but it's all about Yellowstone. There is a reason for it, so it's not just about Yellowstone. Oddly,
how is Randy, who lived at the museum for years, never mentioned a Yellowstone exhibit? Unless it's
how could anyone not mention it? I've never heard it.
You're right.
Yeah, and so you're going to see the video. You're going to see the you're going to see it all. So, yeah.
Okay, there it is. So tune in next Monday. Again, this Thursday, we're going to have one of the creators of Xavier Marks' $10,000 treasure hunt, Forrest Fenn comic book. Stay tuned, everybody. Who knows what me?
Nomadic Madman. It's really funny because I went to that entire side of the exhibit and I got who donated it, what year they donated, all of the information because I thought, is this like an acronym or right. I was so like, and then I was like, stop, I need to stop because it's over. And I went to the gold exhibit and I went and looked at the emeralds for the emerald area, seeing if the emerald ring was there. Like, yeah, I'm adored.
Who cares? Says people have mentioned it. Not that I remember.
Yeah, maybe I don't remember.
Our show, maybe other shows they've talked about it. I just don't remember.
Yeah, that's super interesting if they did. I genuinely believe the 10th clue. So the 9th clue, you pick it up. The 10th clue, you're supposed to go to one of Forrest's family members and talk to them about donating the chest. That's where I think Jack went, and I think he got shut down or he didn't get enough money. And I hear he's wanting over $2 million now. He wants more money than ever.
Wow. Well, good for him. maybe, just maybe, he deserves it. Beefagetti, no Beacon Star tonight. Crying emoji. So next Thursday of this week is Xavier Marks. Next Thursday, the second Thursday in March is going to be back to Beacon Star Thursdays. Guaranteed. You know why? Because I got my shirt coming in the mail. Beacon Star. That's why. Okay. Craig Carter says, I spent 24 years in Denver and never made it inside that museum.
I have been here many, 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 many times and I never made it in. And once add all the pieces together, in my opinion. I think, that's what we need to do. And I think we're trying. So if anybody has any, I put it up on Discord. If you have any thoughts about it, email me at kpro3@aol.com. Before next Monday, I'll put I'm going to try to put it together in the next few days and get it out to you guys. But it's, it's, the interesting part is you have to fail 9 times before success. And so one of these little bits of information may become important later. Just like GPS. I don't think it's at DeLacy. Could it be oddly related because of whatever? Sure. And that's where I'm at right now, is just trying to figure stuff out. And so I know some get a kick out when we're wrong and it's like, oh, you look so stupid. Well, we're still hanging in there. And sometimes you have to look stupid. Sometimes you have to fall down and dust off the dirt. And that's where you learn the most. And God knows I've done that enough. I've learned so much, but I'm doing it with Mike, and he most of the time listens, and I most of the time listen to him. I was looking up 9 Mile Hole and something came up and and so I'm going to have to go back and I have not put in 9 Mile Hole in a search criteria ever in my email box.
Yeah, me either. That's a good point. Me either. And way back over the years, somebody could have been like 9 Mile Hole, look, and we would have disregarded it. Yeah,
yes.
And K-Pro just said the emailer, which I've never heard her say before.
No,
so,
did you hear the rest though? Did you hear the rest?
Yeah, but they're going to ignore that.
I know they're going to start it. Denver Museum fits because my solve is in Montana, and
right.
No.
Mike deserves a storage locker. We've been looking. Never say never, everybody. We'll see.
Oh.
Okay, there it is, everybody. Thursday, we'll be back next Monday. Ooh, Key Muncaster says, I have lots of info for you, K-Pro.
Well,
okay.
Key Muncaster, I am up for, Odious Soul Wednesday. Excuse me. Thank you. Thank you, Holly, that she put the link in. Go and subscribe. That should be fun. I think it's going to be fun no matter what happens. I'm just going to say, knowing a little bit of information.
Gabby B says, happy birthday, Yellowstone. 150 years young, March 1st. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that.
Cool.
That is interesting. Okay. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in.
Yep.
We will see you next time.
Bye.
# email K-Pro. Bye.